All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome new viewers. Hello, returning viewers. So we're gonna try this again. So I think what was happening was in Stormworks, when you spawn a container, it has gases in it, and when those gases are released into the water, it contaminates the water. I'm sure they're gonna work on it. They're working on it. They are. It's a lot of code to go through. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. So it seems like they just put out an update too that's starting to address the issues. So it's good. Yeah. So as you saw in the last video there, I just tried to make the hull. It's tall. It's narrow. This top part here, I'll probably put windows in, and it's probably going to be a little bit taller in the final bit. It might come up just a little bit more. Maybe I'll have another hatch so we can stand up out here, maybe. A feature like that. It can't be too tall because we want to fit into the cave, right? The cave isn't in the front of the cave. It has these big claws, so we need, so it's restrictive in certain ways, right? We can maneuver around it, but and then I didn't want to be too long. Like I know this submarine here looks kind of stubby, and that's because where the uranium is, the cave splits into three. So it is possible to kind of maneuver, you know, reverse and go forward. And we might be able to, but if we're too long, we're not going to be able to do that. So, uh, yeah. So just like the last sub test, I guess, I'm hoping this submarine will be able to carry enough fuel to get us over there. So I can sail over there. We'll go down into the cave. I'll do like a dry run, right? I'm not going to hook up the mining equipment yet. We'll just get the submarine going, do a dry run, see if it's successful, if we can get in there. And then we'll see about the dimensions of the submarine, right? If I can make it longer, if I can make it a little more proportionate, I guess. I don't know. I'm not too sure. So yeah, and then we're gonna try and put some more decorations on this one and paint it. This one here, we'll try and put some more, a little bit of flair on it this time. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna make the door above the water. As I said, I think what's happening is that when you spawn a container, it has gases in it, and the gases are just reacting with. I hope, anyways, the gases are just reacting with the ocean, and or there's an ecological disaster happening, and I'm just gonna have to clean it up, right? Yeah, so I can stand up on this deck, and then of course I'm gonna have. It's gonna be open down into the. Yeah, it seems like they resolved the blowback issue that we were getting in this instance, right? It makes sense in space when you're using compressed gases, right, where space is a vacuum. So if you're close to a door and you open the door, it'll suck you through, which is cool. I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool feature. Don't get me wrong. I don't want them to change it or remove it. It's a space feature, right? And we're not in space. That's all. So yeah, it's a lot there. Talking about a lot. So where I left off was I weighted the bottom of the submarine, and when you spawn it in, it's kind of we're almost there, right? I won't know. You can weight it here and get it close, but until we actually dive underwater, there's no way for me to tell if it's balanced or not, right? Like right now, it's showing that there's more weight on the rear, and it's going to push from the rear, but because I have these fins on the front of the submarine, the fins will pull or push the sub down underwater. And then, of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use magnets. I'm not just going to rely on ballasts with this one. The ballasts are going to be able to sink it, but I'm going to put magnets on the bottom of this submarine. So that way we can suction ourselves to the ocean floor, right? Because what I noticed is my first attempt to go into the cave with the other submarine, if you notice, I something happened and I got pushed to the side. So I think maybe there was a wave going by up top. And you know how the tsunamis are, right? They have deep um, physics. They have deep physics. So I think if we're just sitting on the floor and a big wave comes by, it's going to push us around. So if I could just use magnets to magnet to the ocean floor, then it's not going to push us around. And it'll make us more stable while we're mining. Those are things I learned just from trying to run the other submarine. So yeah, I guess these were going to be the ballast tanks, but they might end up being the fuel tanks. And I might, in this floor here, we'll see. I might have to figure something out for ballast. But that that those types of mechanics only matter when we get into the cave, because you're going to want stability at a certain depth. That's the whole point of a ballast, right? You go down 10, 20, 30, and you're stable at that depth and you can sail easily. If we don't have adequate ballasts, we'll be able to pull ourselves down under the water, but as soon as we stop pulling ourselves or pushing ourselves down, we're going to float up to the surface very fast, right? So yeah, so what I'm just trying to do now is balance. Let's see. And then we're going to see about not venting the tanks. That was one thing. That was one thing I did do in the last sub, is the tanks were all vented. So I suspect that perhaps when the tank fills up with fluid, you're sucking in fluid and you're sucking in gas at the same time. And then when you're exhausting fluid, it's exhausting fluid and it's exhausting gas, because I didn't set up any filters, right? Now we have the liquid filter and we have the gas filter that we could set up in our pipe system. Let's see here. Oh no, Oops. It's dark here. Yeah, so we have the liquid relief valve and then we have the gas relief valve. So what I should be doing is using the liquid relief valve when it comes to sucking water in and out of the ballast tanks, instead of just using a pump which has a whatever you call it, just a pipe to the outside, like that's all it was, right? So sucking in seawater and anything that's in the ocean, and then it's also sucking in gases at the same time. So that's why, yeah, that's why it's not functioning the way I think it should, right? Because I'm going, man, what's going on? So before they started to change these mechanics, it was that simple, right? You have a pump, it exits to the sea, that's it. Because the filters didn't really work. They worked, but they didn't really work. So, and then the only way you could build a sub, an old school sub, is you needed to use the tanks, the gas tanks. That was the only way that you could put gases in. But now you can put gases in custom tanks. So I have to be careful that custom tanks now hold anything. So now the filters really come into play when you're designing your system. So you make sure when you're deep underwater and you just want to be sucking in water into the ballast tanks, giving you weight. You don't want to be sucking in water and gas because that will give you buoyancy. So things to learn, right? Things to learn that these are mechanics that they added to the game. So we have to learn them if we want to play the game, right? There we go. So a bit deeper. Yeah, that'll work perfect, actually. Two, I might be able to put one more tank. It's either that or they're equal size. So if I make them longer, I'm just trying to see what it's going to take to sink this ship. Let's see here. What are we going to make? 1, 2, 3, 4. That might work. That's a lot of water. Four on the inside. Alright, I better do this one before I forget. So we're going 4. 5. Right, so when we go to space, all this learning is going to matter when we go to space. Because it's going to be exactly this, it'll be exactly the same. So it's good. Right, we're going to want to be weighted properly. I know it's 0 G's, but you're still going to want to be weighted properly. And when we're bouncing around, we don't want to be bouncing around. Because we'll have limited ability to move. Still not there quite. Well, let's try. Let's go another 4 on the inside. See, what I can do here is that'll have to be like a narrow passage or something. Little crawl space. Right? Have a little something here. So we utilize the space. So another 4. I wonder. I know it seemed like I was losing weight on the front. Like the rear of the submarine is now sinking faster than the front. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3. don't know if these are equal size. Whoopsies. Counting. Counting is hard. Alright, we'll see what that does. Brain sore. Oh yeah. Almost. Almost. You see? So if we make the tank in the front bigger, or we have two options now. More weight, which means if I want to use this space. Let's see here. Let's try that. Yeah, so the way the game is, once you find that spot, the sweet spot, it'll just slowly, the submarine will just slowly float to the bottom. You don't really have to. So I suspect, let's see, I suspect now at this point, if I start adding stuff to the submarine, I think we're there. Once I start adding doors and stuff to the interior of this, we're going to get heavier. So I don't want to put in too much weight, right? Just yet. Just in case. So, we don't really have a lot of room. Right, this is all going to be crawl space here. I think that opens up, does it? Yeah. And we could have like, I don't know. This one's pretty tight, but we could have electronics and stuff up here. Just have to see if we can crawl through there. So similar to the spaceship. There's a lot to it, but most of that is engines and everything else, right? We have this nice little space here right above the engines. And then down here, it's going to be something similar. So the entrance is like this. And then probably we could, oh no. Let's see here. Well, it would be, right, we'll need to be able to get down here to check on the engines. Let's see. Yeah, we'll come off of here. That'll work. we really want to. Yes, ladders work so long as you can step off the ladder. Say to the side. They like going forward one square. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. All right, we'll test that and then let me test that first. Well, get in before a wave comes. Nice. All right, so now we're down in the engine room. I guess we can't. No. Oh. I can't crawl through there. Huh. No, that's not going to work. All right, let's see. Ah, you know what? Let's forget about this. And let's just put in stairs. Right? It doesn't have to be separate. Maybe that's the way to approach this. Let's see here. Come in from... See if there's enough of an angle. Oh, not bad. All right. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, I keep forgetting I need to empty the ballasts. Cool. I like that. And then if I crawl, oh yeah. Could use this space up here. Nice. Cool, and there'd be like a workbench or something down here. Sleeping quarters, and then we'll have to have a little area. Yeah, see, that worked because I was able to step off the ladder. I like that. So this will be... Yeah, Alright, so let's get rid of these for now. Alright, won't be using this. Let's put stairs on this side too. That come right off. Oops. Oh, that one worked. Oh, the whole staircase is up one. Alright, let's do that. Ah, forget about it. Too lazy. Cool. Yeah, cool. And then I could put like a rail or something here. So then I can get into these crawl spaces. It appears, I don't know if I can get all the way there. I might have to change my spacesuit also, but I can get into here. So that's good. So then where do we want the controls to be? Maybe in here? That'd be cool. Old school. Oh, is that 3x2? Yeah, and I don't know if I can do this angle. 2x2 maybe? No, I can't do the angle. That's fine. Is it fine? Or is it ugly? Oh, you know what I'll do? No, 2x2. We'll do that. And then on the inside, we'll just do this. Yeah, that's cool. No, it's 1x2. There we go. I mean, it's a sub, right? Like, has the illusion of going deep underwater. And you can't really, as you saw, you can't really see through the windows underwater as it is. So this will be more like for surface navigation. You can't see underwater through the windows. We'll have to use monitors for that. All right, so we got that. That's cool. Yeah, that could be for surface navigation. So then what we'll do is, let's see. There we go. Let's see what that does. Oh, wonder how I'm going to climb on this thing. We don't want to go around the back. Maybe the front. Let's see if we can get on that. Cool. Yeah, this is industrial, and we'll make a bigger one after this, like a real big one. That'd be cool. Big long one. We'll jazz up, make a super sub. All right, so navigation is up here. Oh, we need batteries in this thing too. I forgot about that. We will need. Yeah, that's a bit of weight. So we'll be using the medium. Here, let's see. We'll do this. Try and be as balanced as I can with adding weight to the sub. So we'll put these back here somewhere. Let's see. Like that. And if we keep the weight low, we'll be able to stay balanced in the water. Yeah. A little bit too much weight on the front, so I can probably add a couple more batteries. Can do that, and then let's see. So my original plan with the sub, I don't know if it'll work now actually. Oh, we need the tanks too in here, don't we? For the engine. All right, let's focus on that. We're gonna focus on the engine for a minute here. Oops. Oh no. Now we're gonna need fuel. All right, so this could be difficult. Stand up in here. Oh. So yeah, let's open this right up to there. All right. Let's see what kind of oh, I have to delete that. All right, we'll be running that through the weights. All right, so this is going to be engine exhaust. I can only fit the one tank. Oh yeah, just the one tank in there. These are 5x5. Alright, let's think about this for a minute. This is going to be the engine. Alright, I may have to widen the whole sub. By one. And then I can fit the two tanks side by side. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Cut. Paste. Clear content. Yeah, there's always so much work when you split a hull. But it's all par for the course. We'll figure it out here. I got all that diesel, so I mean, it's gotta get used. To almost 300,000 liters. right. These tanks are a lot bigger now, so that'll help. I'll have to add the weight in. Right, so that'll change. This will change the buoyancy of the submarine now. We've added all these extra cubic meters of space. Right, deep slices here. All right, let's see if it floats. See if I missed anything. Ooh. Yeah, I could probably straighten that up a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna look good. So obviously, when we're above the water, right, we're navigating. Let's put lights and stuff on it. Oh, I'll have to fix the stairs. Cool. Yeah, this will work. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.